Today, we're looking into a really unsettling case, Jerald Wellins. This was a guy who basically built his identity around being immune to horror. He thought it was all just too clever.
Right, he saw it as a game he'd already figured out. And our mission here is to kind of trace how reality itself, or at least his perception of it, seemed to warp around him, specifically through media tailored just for him.
It kicks off during his annual horror movie marathon, a tradition for him.
Yeah, and someone adds this unlabeled burned disc. Well, not quite unlabeled, he just said, for Jerald Only, which is already pretty creepy.
Definitely sets a tone. He thinks it's maybe some indie thing, an intellectual puzzle.
But it wasn't. It showed his own house. His friends were there, watching with him, reacting like you'd expect, flinching, looking away. Normal stuff.
Okay, so far, maybe weird, but explainable. But
then the footage glitches. It rewinds, plays again. Same scene, same friends reacting.
Yeah.
But Jerald, he's just not there anymore. Gone from the video feed.
Wow. Just erased from his own living room on the screen.
Exactly. And then the screen cuts to black with just 3 words. You missed it.
Okay, you missed it. What does that even mean in this context?
Well, the analysis suggests it's not about missing a jump scare. It's about him missing the real horror, the stuff happening in the periphery maybe, the things he refuses to see because he's too busy being detached, being clever.
So the media is isolating him, making him question his own presence, his own perception?
Precisely. It forced him into this state of hyper-awareness, making him the sole observer of his own disappearance.
And it didn't stop there, did it? It escalated.
Not at all. Next came an email, same title again, you miss it, with a video attachment.
And this video
showed his hallway. But it was off, The perspective felt wrong, walls maybe seeming closer, the sound was distorted too, like the fridge humming at a pitch that just felt incorrect.
Subtle things, gaslighting almost.
Very subtle, designed to make him doubt his senses. And there was this hint of a figure reflected in a window, standing behind the camera viewpoint. Just an implication.
So the digital attack continues, but then it crossed over, right? Into the physical world.
It did. He goes to check his actual house, and the distortions from the video, they're there. The hallway physically feels longer, stretched out. It smells weird, like dust and something older.
And the thermostat was just gone.
Vanished. Taking away that little bit of control, that mundane anchor to normalcy. The attack shifted from his senses to the actual boundaries of his reality.
This reminds me of that detail about the book House of Leaves. He had apparently dismissed it before.
Yeah, scoffed at it. And then he finds a copy in his bedroom. It's completely blank except for one single page.
Which says?
You're not reading, you're skimming. It's directly calling out his superficial engagement, not just with the book, but with everything, with fear itself.
So if the book is critiquing his skimming, that stretched hallway, is that connected?
It seems to be. The idea is the hallway represents, maybe, the distance he's created between himself and uncomfortable truths. The stretching is the lie becoming tangible, exaggerated. His house is literally reflecting his internal state, his cognitive dissonance.
Because he refused to read his own life properly? He just skimmed?
Exactly. He resisted the abstraction, the ambiguity of real fear by trying to neatly label and dismiss it.
Which leads to perhaps the most disturbing part, the impossible room.
Right. He finds a child's room in his house, a room that shouldn't be there, that he doesn't recognize, complete with immobile crayon drawings, one asking Dad.
Manifesting a fear he probably never even named, like responsibility or legacy.
It's that unnamed fear-made architecture. And the final confrontation, fittingly, is with his own reflection, or lack thereof.
A mirror. What happened?
It just showed static. No Jerald. And then the source says a figure started to emerge behind him in the static reflection. He's no longer the audience. He's part of the horror.
This is intense, and there's one last piece of media, isn't there? A VHS tape.
The final piece. Labeled simply, Play Me.
And on it,
Jerald himself. But older, looking pale and worn down. And he delivers the core message, the thesis of this whole nightmare.
Which was?
He says basically, you thought fear was something to conquer, but fear isn't the enemy. Forgetting is.
Forgetting what?
That seems to be the crux. His final voicemail, apparently left at 3:17 a.m., tries to piece it together. He realizes horror's trick isn't the monster itself, but our need to react, to define it, to scream or flinch.
So the monster is the naming.
That's his conclusion. The monster is the need to name it. He argues his house worked because he wouldn't name his own internal stuff. The hallway stretched like a lie he wouldn't admit. No. The kitchen fed him memories he wouldn't digest.
So his final advice is counterintuitive.
Extremely. He says, stop naming things. That's how they find you. Let the ambiguity exist.
And the result? The house goes back to normal.
Physically, yes. The house is fine.
Yeah.
But Jerald looks in the mirror again, and his reflection is gone. Just a void. And according to the source, it whispers back at him.
Let me guess.
You missed it.
He conquered the need to name fear, but lost himself in the process. He became the abstraction he was trying to avoid.
It seems that way. He went from thinking fear was a puzzle to solve to realizing the real danger was resisting the unknown, the unnamed terror within.
So the takeaway for you listening?
Well, if Jerald's breakdown suggests the real monster is our very need to name it, what does that say about us? What fundamental part of being human, that drive to define and understand, are we wrestling with whenever we confront those deep, formless anxieties we can't quite label?